Hey fellow babies, welcome back to Pachter Factor on SIFTD.net. A special thank you to our Amazon Prime members who have linked to their Twitch Prime account. I've been pounding you on that. Please keep doing it. Even if you do that, you can also, if you feel especially generous, donate via Patreon and be a patron. Thank you. And you can also subscribe via YouTube. If you're doing that, thank you. But it's really important, all of you, please link your Twitch Prime account and your Amazon Prime account. You can stick it to Amazon. Shane gets paid. It costs you $0. So I'm going to give you a riddle here. What can you do that costs you $0 that gets Shane paid? Oh, link your Twitch Prime account to your Amazon Prime account. If you got that right, go link it right now. It's in the description below.
This episode of Pachter Factor is brought to you by DeShazer Ryan Realty. Right now, Doug DeShazer has beautiful lots available adjacent to Kookanusa Lake in northwest Montana. Pull up your RV and access the hookups, or build your own construction. Either way, you have access to world-class fishing, hunting, boating, swimming, biking, hiking, and the internet. No matter where you're looking to buy, make Doug DeShazer your real estate consultant at 406-291-1643. That's Doug DeShazer at 406-291-1643.
Hey fellow babies, today's question on Pachter Factor from SIFTD.net from Squishy Muffin. The 3DS had a good name. Why is that a good name? A unique gimmick, more power, backward compatibility, and great games. But in the end, it didn't sell anywhere near as many units as the DS. Do you think Switch 2 might face the same headwinds? Nintendo's had issues before following up on successful platforms. Is there any reason for concern? Wow. I mean, that's a big question. And since none of us know what Nintendo's going to do, I can answer in the hypothetical. I thought the gimmick on the 3DS was stupid. Like, the 3D wasn't that good, and there weren't that many games that I gave it. I thought that the DS was good enough. Like, I didn't really care about the 3D feature of the 3DS. It gave me a headache. It was really bad anywhere with any light. So I literally found myself playing it in dark rooms. So the more power, backward compatibility. I think the Switch 2 has to be backward compatible because you've got this giant catalog of games. Why would you not let them be played? And all you have to do is warn people that, you know, Switch 2 is going to be 60 frames a second and old Switch games will be 30, whatever. You know, and I think people are going to be fine with that. I've already speculated on what I think the gimmick is of Switch 2, which is that it won't actually have a docking station so that the device itself could be the controller for when you play on TV. But the device itself will have a much more powerful microprocessor, which doesn't matter that much on a game on the handheld, especially if you have the LED, but it matters on a game on the TV, and so your TV games are going to look just absolutely beautiful. So do I think it faces the same headwinds? They have to give you a reason to buy the Switch 2. In fairness to them, if they make this thing backward compatible, then your Switch 1 is going to be good enough for everything that's out prior, and it's going to take you a few years to switch over. There's going to have to be enough new games for you to want to buy to upgrade your console. So, you know, that will mean that initial sales will be spiked from new people, from hardcore fans, but it'll be a much more gradual lift as opposed to prior Nintendo consoles, you know, GameCube and Wii, where you had to get a new console to play anything. So I kind of think that Switch 2 will sell about as many units as the Switch when it's done with its life cycle. I think that what they really should do is incorporate more multiplayer and have people buy more than one. And I think multiplayer, where the Switch 1 works for multiplayer, but you know, everybody's playing like Mario Kart, where everybody's looking at the same screen. If you make the Switch 1 a game controller for multiplayer, if there's a way to do that, I think that'd be cool. But no, I think the headwinds are the Switch 2 was very successful. Switch 1 was very successful. They had an amazing game cadence on Switch 1. If they keep up the cadence on Switch 2, it'll be just as popular. The real key to me is game cadence. honestly, if you could do Mario Kart, Smash Brothers, and Zelda in the first 3 years of Switch 2, my God, then they'll sell a lot of them. So again, I don't think it matters if they sell more units. I think what matters is that they keep the cadence up and sell a ton of software. I think Nintendo Online keeps growing. I think Switch 2 backward compatibility means they'll sell a lot more software on Switch 2, because you're going to buy the old Zelda and the new Zelda, and they don't have to remaster it, and that's smart. So I think there's lots they can do, but I'm not concerned at all. What I'm concerned about is they're not going to even announce the damn thing until this fall, so it's coming out, at the earliest next summer, and more likely fall of 25. So, Nintendo Switch 2 just in time for GTA 6. We'll see which one sells more. I'm going to bet on GTA 6. So the answer to all of Nintendo's ups and downs in consoles is, NES and SNES were kind of the same thing. 8-bit, 16-bit, but the same kind of advancement. They skipped 32, which was PlayStation 1, and they went to 64. And Sony had a 2-year head start, and that was 2 years too much, and Sony did great. And Nintendo really did shun third-party. They weren't big on third-party. So Sony embraced third-party. So PlayStation got such a huge lead, and N64 cartridges were expensive. And I thought the N64 was awesome. I actually loved mine. But it was late, and games were more expensive, and they didn't have a deep enough breadth of content. So they didn't have broad enough slate of content. The GameCube was terrible. That was just a bad console. And then the Wii was a great console. So that you saw how popular Nintendo was with the Wii. The Wii U was an iteration, was a solution in search of a problem. They gave you this controller that had something going on, but you had to watch the TV, and everybody found themselves doing this to be able to see both. And I remember my arms got tired. And I remember that was the complaint, because when you sit with a controller, it's in your lap. And my biggest problem with PlayStation games is my hands get sore and tired because the controller's a little too small for me, and I grip it too hard. Where I love the big old Xbox controller, the big old fat ones, because it fit my hands. But this did not work. And I think that's more of a reason for Wii U failure than anything else, because you actually had to look at both screens. Switch worked out. They went back to handheld. So I think of the Switch as a single screen, Game Boy. I mean, it was the same, but just really well done. Good screen, good size, comfortable. Games have been great. And Switch 2, I am very confident it's going to be similar. So Nintendo's problem in the past has been trying to mix it up too much. And the GameCube was just looked like a toy, and the Wii was great, and the Wii U was stupid, and the Switch was great. So I think they found a formula. They're going to stick with it, and I think this time it's different. But maybe they can screw up. I actually really like Furukawa. I think he's smart. I think he gets it, and I don't think he's going to screw it up. So that's my answer. I'm sticking to it. For our Patreon patrons and our YouTube subscribers, thank you very much. It's keeping us afloat. For everybody, including the people who are patrons and subscribers, please try to remember to link your Twitch Prime account to your Amazon Prime account. It is really easy to do, and you're helping us out. So please do us a solid. You're helping us. You're sticking it to Amazon. How does it get any better than that, right? So if you heard me say that and you haven't done it, please follow the instructions right below. It's a couple of clicks. You got to do it every month or so. So please remember to redo it if you haven't done it in a while. We get a couple of bucks for nothing, we, Shane. And you already paid for it. That's the crazy thing. This is a perk Amazon provides to you for free, and you paid for it. Why would you let it sit in Amazon's pocket instead of giving it to Shane? So please, thank you. If you've done that, you're the best. I'll see you guys on Twitter @Michael Pachter. See ya.